Hey everyone, what's up? Normally I don't do many reviews of Friendship is Magic unless an episode is good. And season 7 has provided some very decent episodes. Of course, Perfect Pair is, a good example. Um, Shadow Play, of course, stands out one of the best season finales that I think the show has had. But then there's one episode that really, I think, a lot of people were just happy about to see become reality. And that was, of course, Royal Problem, which finally, in the eyes of a lot of fans, did what it should have done a long time ago, and that's focus on Celestia and Luna. Yes. Now, of course, we've had episodes, and I'm trying to make sure nothing's on here. Of course, we've had episodes to where they would make appearances at the beginning, in the middle, at the end. We've had episodes to where they've been captured, been freed. We've had episodes to where they do interact, that they do take action. The Crystalline, part 2 of the Crystalline is a good example of that. And of course, throughout the series run, we have hit with Celestia, which many fans have felt an episode like this and Celestial Vice was long overdue. We kind of got hints throughout the past couple of seasons that there is more to Celestia than just, appearing, making cameos, spewing out advice, historical advice, kind of giving knowledge to Twilight, or kind of giving information to Twilight about certain things here and there. We finally get to see, this season, we finally got to see more to her. Now, like I said, season 6, 5, and I think even 4 and 3 and all of them kind of hinted that there was more to Celestia's character, and they could expand on it if given the opportunity. But here was the exact opportunity that was needed. Celestial Vice basically gave us an idea of what we were in store for as far as the season was concerned, and then Royal Problem just ran with it. And I will say this. Nicole Oliver was nominated for an award. It wasn't an Annie Award, though she should have been nominated for it. Though she should have got a nomination for it. She got another nomination for Royal Problem for her voice acting for Celestia and Celestia's potential alter ego, Daybreaker, which is a television version, which is a show version of the Diamond Star, of the Nightmare Star character that you get in the MLP trading cards. Yes, there is a trading card, an MLP Friendship is Magic trading card with Nightmare Star, which is basically the alter ego of Celestia. But anyway, we've always been wondering. But anyway, Nicole Oliver got nominated, and you can't blame people for the nomination. You can't blame the awards committee, whoever they were, for nominating her, even though she didn't win, for the award, because quite frankly, Nicole came into this episode and she just brought it. I mean, we got a hint of that we got a taste of that in Celestial Advice. We got a hint of that in season 5 with the gala that had the smooths and introduced Tree Hugger. We got hints of that in season 6 in the premiere, and I think even at the beginning of Gauntlet of Fire. I mean, we've been getting hints here and there about there being more to Celestia than just as she's being presented, and this gave us that opportunity. And all I can say is, I'm pretty sure that the voice directors and the creative staff, when they were in the studios with Nicole and Tabitha, basically said, go to town. They probably just told them, go to town, here's the story, do what you got to do, go to town, make it something that fans have been waiting a whole while for. And you know what? It did not disappoint. It did not disappoint. I'll tell you why it didn't disappoint. It didn't disappoint due to the fact that for all the time we saw the Celestia and Luna. So I was just thinking there for a minute. We saw Celestia and Luna portrayed in the comics because they were given more exposition and more opportunity to shine in the IDW comics than they ever have in the show, except for Luna. Luna, of course, got Luna Eclipse. She'd be shown as a mentor in all 3 CMNC episodes that featured her. She had the episode where she had about the Tanibus. You know, she had her share of episodes. There is no doubt about it. But we never had one which is her that focused mainly on her and Celestia until now. And I have to say that what they did with Luna's character and what they gave Tabitha St. Germain to work with was worth it in the end, because quite honestly, if given the right script, these two characters can play well off each other. And there is no doubt, in my honest opinion, that when people talked about this episode and said it was good, they weren't kidding. I mean, this was the 10th episode of season 7. This is 9 episodes after Celestial Advice. So for us to get this kind of an episode with the Royal Princesses, not even halfway through the 7th season, kind of tells you that the writing staff is paying attention. They are listening to the fans, and they're realizing, okay, we need to start doing something with these other characters. We have a whole peripheral of background characters, semi-major characters, semi-minor characters, minor characters, mid-major characters. We need to do something with them. And season 7, I think, opens that door. More importantly, I think it was by this time, in my honest opinion, that they realized that these next few seasons could be the last for the show. So they need to start coming up with ideas that have been long overdue. And a Celestia Luna episode is long overdue. And the way it was done, I can't say enough about it. I mean, the fact that you got to see basically a behind the scenes, a behind the crown version or look at the Royal Sisters was phenomenal. I mean, and here's the thing, they chose the perfect character to go solve that friendship problem. It wasn't Rarity, it wasn't Applejack, it wasn't Rainbow Dash, it wasn't Pinky, it wasn't Flutters, it wasn't Twilight. No, they chose Starlight, because Starlight has been noted as by the fans, and I'm pretty sure by the creative staff, as being a very blunt, say it like it is, very blunt, very shoot-like, say it like it is character. I mean, she's very. What did Twilight ask her? Kind of say to her? She's Twilight basically checking in on her, I guess, in her own way. It was like, well, you can't just confront them about a problem, and Starlight's like, well, that's exactly what I was planning for. She's very confrontational, not on a negative way though. Starlight is a very confrontational character. is a very confrontational character, but like I said, not in a negative way. What I mean is she's confrontational. In other words, she'll say it like it is. She likes to shoot. She doesn't, what's the saying? She doesn't hide what she truly feels behind different sayings. She doesn't try to rephrase something or re-say something because she's trying to, hide the truth or avoid a confrontation or, just bluntly coming out and saying how she feels. She does. That's exactly what Starlight does. Starlight is not like Twilight. She's not like any other pony. She's basically very blunt. She'll say it like it is, and that's the end of it. She'll say it like it is, whether you want to hear it or not. And when I talk about she being the best character they had, whether you agree with it or not, for this scenario, is saying so much about a character that has come so far. Because even when she was an antagonist, from what I understood, she was blunt about her actions. She basically told it like it is as to why she was doing certain things, as to why she was doing, this or that. She was very blunt. And the fact that she still is like that, but now on the side of good, and now part of the main six or the main seven, is saying a lot more than you can imagine. And the fact is, I think it's good. I think Starlight Glimmer was a great choice here. Because she's not afraid to take action when it's needed to be taken. Or confront people when they need to be confronted. She basically comes out the next day when Luna comes back in and eats a banana peel. Of course, she's tired, so she probably doesn't know she ate that. But as soon as Luna comes in that second day that Starlight's there, Starlight says, okay, this is now or never. And she basically tells the princesses, she tells the princesses she's pretty much figured out why she was sent there, what the friendship problem is. And Celestia thinks, oh, that's great, that's good, what is it? And as soon as she points out, it's you guys, it's you ladies, it's you two. The one thing I've seen in some of the Brony Reacts videos is Celestia's reaction, her voice change, and the tone in her voice changing. It's basically when Starlight comes out and says, it's you guys, Celestia goes from the sweet, oh, that's nice and everything, and all of a sudden you hear, and as soon as Starlight tells her and Luna what the problem was that she was sent to solve is, Celestia's reaction is like, excuse me? Like, what'd you just say, girl? Like, excuse me, girl, what'd you just say? But mainly she was like, excuse me? It was like, it's like, just the tone in her voice changing was phenomenal. The fact that you got that, excuse me, kind of told you were going to get more of a side of, you're going to get a side of Celestia that you've been wanting to see for quite some time on the show, and that's exactly what we got. Especially during the confrontation between her and Luna. Starlight wants them to probably admit how they feel and, about certain things, and then that leads into this confrontation. And the way these two, went back and forth on each other, I can't say enough. I can't give enough praise to, because their interaction was just phenomenal. I know I say that word a lot here, but it was just phenomenal. The fact that a simple confrontation that was supposed to be just, hey, just tell them, just Starlight hoping they would just say, kind of apologize for certain things that they may have overlooked or not appreciated and whatever. The confrontation that comes out of it and the interaction between the two is just great. The fact that an interaction like that brings out a side of Celestia we've been wanting to see for a while. I mean, the fact that when she comments on Luna's job only being like, oh, all you have to do is just go around and, give ponies sweet dreams and save them in nightmares. Oh, it just sounds awful. It's like, where did this side come from? I think it's the paraphrase Corey Graves. He's doing the Rumble match when not Luna, but Lana went on the attack on both Sonya Deville and Liv Morgan. Corey Graves is like, where did this come from? I mean, Michael Cole kind of added to that, started that at first saying, Lana all fired up, and then Corey Graves follows that up by saying, where did this come from? And that's the same that could be said for Celestia. This confrontation brought out a side of Celestia to where you're like, where did this come from? Where has this been the whole time? And all I could say is Tabitha St. Germain and Nicole Oliver brought it. Especially with that scene, they brought it. They brought it like never before, and all I could say is whatever episode they have planned for Celestia in season 8, and I think we know what it could be, Nicole Oliver brings that same fire, that same passion she brought in Royal Problem. I mean, and the fact that the interactions, the facial expressions throughout on all the characters was just tremendous. The way, the fact that you had Luna, the fact that they start with Luna basically, I can't even speak. I can't even say what I want to say because it was that good. I mean, Luna basically kind of is just doing a false smile, going hello, hey, what's up? Oh, I'll cut this. Oh, I'll touch this. Oh, I gotta go over there. Okay, or I gotta cut this. Oh, I can't stomp. Stomp on instead of cutting the ribbon, she stomps on it. It's like, oh. It's like, oh, again, this is what we've been waiting for. And then Twilight. What can you say about Twilight? She may have not been much in the episode, but her interactions throughout, from the beginning, in her posing, in her taking possession of a, what is it, a jewelry box or something, was just great. Was just tremendous as well. Tara Strong really brought it for Twilight in this one as well, because Twilight's reaction right at the beginning, you see Starlight's cutie mark just floating about above the royal palace, and Twilight's reaction is like, it's like she can't believe it. It's basically her mind's going like, what is going on here? Starlight is not supposed to be summoned by the cutie map to, of all places, the royal palace. It's just, what can I say? And then her reaction when she finds out that Starlight switched the princess's cutie marks, like, like, you did what? Just funny. I can't say any more than what I'm saying here. And then, of course, you finally have the inclusion of Daybreaker. We see her when Celestia takes over Luna's job for the night, and we see this, and this is all because of Starlight's dream, because Starlight's nightmare and dream, because she's fearing she's going to fail. We see Daybreaker, which is the alter ego of Celestia, and that's a moment I think a lot of fans have been waiting for, because this is basically the Nightmare Star or the Nightmare Moon version of what Celestia could be. And Nicole Oliver brings it again. She brings it again as Daybreaker. The fact that she interacts, the interactions that Daybreaker has when she's fighting or confronting Nightmare Moon, not the real Nightmare Moon, but basically the Nightmare Moon that could be if Starlight's fears were to come to pass. The fact that, Daybreaker's interactions were like, ooh, oh, Black, we get it, you're sad. It's like, it's like, holy smokes. Holy smokes. I mean, I can't say any more than what I've been saying and what anybody else has said. I mean, to finally get an episode focused on these two was well worth it. That's all I'm going to say. It was well worth it. And I applaud the MLP staff for finally doing it. I applaud Nicole Oliver and Tabitha St. Germain for bringing it as Luna and Celestia in this episode. It was just, as well as Daybreaker and Nightmare Moon in Starlight's Dream Sequence. I can't say any more than that. It was so good. It was so good. I just can't say any more than that. But if you have not seen this episode yet, I highly recommend watching it. And especially if you've been waiting for an episode featuring these two, I highly recommend watching it, because you know what? It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. And if you don't believe me, check out all the reaction videos that people have done on this already. From the Bronies Reacts to maybe Josh Scorcher, aka Firebrand, to anybody. Look at the reviews, watch the reactions. You can check this out on Netflix. And if you were unsure about at least giving Friendship is Magic a try, but you heard some positive things about these two characters, then this episode is definitely going to get you to watch it. It's definitely, in my opinion, going to get you to at least give the show a chance. So, all I can say is 10 out of 10, 5 stars on Royal Problem, and hopefully next year, with whatever episode they got planned for Celestia, and I think we may know what it is, and whatever they may have planned for her and Luna in the future, hopefully it's as good as this one. So, that's all I'm going to say, folks. Let me know what you all think down below. I'll talk to y'all later.